All right, so I got a little surprise in my car today. Dave called me last night and said I was getting an over-the-air upgrade, which I did. I just supercharging now, but I thought I'd take a look at the screen, and it appears that I indeed have this acceleration boost. Oh, boosted!
Welcome to another episode of OutofSpecDave, where today I'm sitting here at my home in Connecticut. I'm all by my lonesome, and I said, you know what? We need an update from OutofSpec Mom. So I'm giving her a video call right now, and we're gonna bring Kathy, my beautiful wife, online tonight, and we're gonna check in to see how she's doing down in Florida with her Model Y. And, how's it going? Is she running out of juice? Is she having range anxiety? What's up? Is Bailey on dog mode? So look, I think it's important for us to give you an update. Lots of things are going on with her. So let's check in with her. And thanks again for watching another episode of OutofSpecDave. So Kathy, welcome to the channel once again. I love having you on the channel because no one likes me. They like you. So
I like you.
Well, I like you too, and that's good. But no one likes me other than you. Or where's Bailey? Is she around? Oh, little girl.
She said,
Hi,
"Hi,
Bailey.
Daddy.
Hey, Bailey, how's it going?
Hey,
Are you
Daddy.
taking care of mommy?
I
Are you liking dog mode?
I get a lot of
Kathy, obviously I've been talking to you at least 3, 4, 7, 12 times a day. But, a lot of people have been asking me, how's Kathy doing with her Model Y? How's it going down in Florida? Don't look so happy. You know what I mean? Like, Can you just look a little sad? Maybe I miss you, or, but all kidding aside, I know that one of the reasons why you did end up looking to sell the Genesis was because you were concerned about having your car down in Florida for the entire summer and relying on that as your mode of transportation. And, let's just call it what it is. You're scared about using an EA with all the, it's one thing for me to go in there. I look at it like a fun challenge. Mm-hmm. But for you, that was not a good thing. So tell me how it's going. Are you happy you made the decision?
Well, first of all, Bailey and I do miss you, for the record, and we can't wait for you to come back down shortly.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, we said it, Bailey. We said it.
Well, I'm going out to see Kyle this weekend.
For the record, you chose Kyle over me this weekend.
I chose getting my Lucid back is what it is. I got to figure, Kyle's right now, for those of you maybe that are watching sort of vicariously, Colton and Ryan are doing one of these race to Vegas's again in a Taycan, a Model S, and a Lucid. And I know how it's going, but I'm not telling anybody how it's going. So I'm going out to see Kyle and the OutofSpec gang this weekend. And there's potentially I may be doing a little road trip of myself, bringing the Lucid back. We'll have to see. But so anyway, back to you. Talk to me, Kath.
I love my Model Y. I love it. And I remember.
What are you, a Tesla fangirl? Come on.
I think I am. You can't argue with reliability. You just can't. You can't argue with it. And
when you say reliability, did your Genesis ever break down on you, or what?
No, I'm so sorry. It's all about charging for me.
Okay.
Right. It's all about the charging. So when I had the Genesis, which was a sweet ride, it was really great. You know how much I loved it. Loved the interior, loved the exterior, loved my massaging seats, loved everything about it. But for people who don't know, the reason I just made the switch, aside from the huge price drop, which made it seem like a no-brainer, I was worried about having that car down here by myself when in our condo here, we don't have charging, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're pretty prehistoric.
It's pretty fun. It's a great building right on the beach. It's awesome.
Has all the
And
amenities
except
charging.
no, it has electric vehicle charging. It has this dumpy little sign out in the visitors parking lot. And what you have to do is step through these bushes and plug into a 110 light socket that
But wait,
powers
only
what?
at night.
Right. It powers the uplighting onto the palm trees, and it's only on half the night. So you get to charge 3 miles every hour, but only for half the day. So, I mean, look, you want to go to Fort Myers and pick someone up at the at the airport. That's going to be, it's a challenge, right? So
Let's just say I have no charging here because I'm not going out into the visitor lot to.
No, yeah. No, you don't have charging.
And I don't have any reason to. So I've been down here about a little more than a month now with the car. And I've taken 2 road trips, pretty big road trips. Well, not by out of spec standards, but I've gone to Tampa twice. It's a 3-hour trip up, then another 3 hours back. Honestly, I have a new favorite stop right in Venice, Florida, and it's right between where we are down here in Marco and up to Tampa. That's been a great station. I think I did a rate your charge once from there.
Was that a V3?
That's a V3. So
okay.
It's fast. There's a burger place there. There's a gas station like a few steps away, but right behind the superchargers. This is sort of my favorite thing. There's a hotel.
Why is that your favorite thing?
Because I go in there.
Wait, should I be concerned that your favorite thing down there when I'm not there is a hotel?
Because I go in there to use that restroom because that is super clean. Nobody uses that lobby restroom except for me.
Okay.
So anyway, that's just become like my new, now I know exactly where I'm going on my way up to Tampa. But I have no range anxiety. First of all, the car goes far, really far. And I seem not, even just with my local driving around here, like today I went up to Naples, probably 30 minutes north of where we are. And I charged sort of just because. I only needed I just went up to 80%. I was like at 50. It was so, Kyle would be disgusted with me. But I was like, just while I'm here, I'll give myself.
Oh, that's it. Always be charging. Listen, I came home tonight. I ordered a pizza from Heights, in Darien. And then what happened was I said, well, they said, come pick it up in 20 minutes. But I'm already on my way home. So what did I do? I pulled into the V3 in Darien on the northbound side of 95 at 44% state of charge, took it up to 70, went and picked up the pizza. Always be charging, right? Why not?
Always be charging.
Can I tell you a little secret? I did something bad. I went into McDonald's and I got an ice cream cone.
You got to be kidding.
No, because yesterday was National Ice Cream Day.
I would think you would at least have gotten a McFlurry.
No, I don't even know what a McFlurry is. I got an ice cream cone, and the whole thing was tilted like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It was tiny, and it was $4. And then I ate it, and I was all happy. And then I came home and ate dinner.
Are you complaining because the ice cream cone was $4?
Yeah.
How much do you think ice cream costs?
At Overton's in East Norwalk, it's $1.
Yeah, but how much is it at Mr. Frosty's in Norwalk?
Yeah.
Probably $8.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, let's get so anyway, I cannot tell a lie. I had an ice cream cone before dinner, but that's okay. So
that's new information. You didn't say before dinner.
No, I was charging.
I know. I know.
And you think I just waited for the ice cream cone to come home and it would have melted all over the place? Bailey, what do you think? Did I do the right thing? Thank you. Okay. All right. So you like the bathroom in the hotel in Venice, Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, one of the things I think I was a little scarred by was when we took the trip in April in the Lucid, and we were stopping at all the Electrify Americas. They were all at Walmart's.
Yes. I
I
know.
visited more Walmart bathrooms than I care to visit. And you know what? It's just, thank God they have the soup, that they have the Electrify America chargers and all the others. Like, thank goodness people have to get around. We had to get around. But given the choice, I'm always going to choose the cleanest restroom,
Yeah, I know.
as you know.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get that. So you told me that you showed someone how to use a Tesla supercharger. Can you,
I,
I mean, like, it's easier than getting gas, right?
you know what? Honestly, I
You don't
can't.
even have to use a credit card.
No, so this was in Venice. Was heading up to Tampa to visit Katie. I pulled in, and this gentleman, probably a little bit older than us,
Yeah.
was standing at. He was right next to me, standing there with the charger, and I got out of the car, just to do, plugged it in, no problem. And he said, "Excuse me, ma'am."
Ma'am.
They're very polite in the South. "Excuse
Okay.
me, ma'am, can you help me with this?" And I said, "Sure. What do you need help with?" He goes, "Well, I just bought this yesterday. I just bought my Tesla yesterday, and this is the first time I'm charging. Not really sure what to do."
What was it? What kind of car? Was it a Y or a 3?
Oh, well, honey, it was 3 weeks ago. I don't remember what it was. I probably did. I take a picture? I don't
That's
know.
okay. It was a Tesla, though. It wasn't like an ID4 trying to charge at
No,
Tesla.
honey, I was at this at the, all. They were all Teslas. So
I know. I know.
anyway,
Okay.
you always like get me off my train of thought.
I'm
But
just
anyway, the point was that, I showed him how to look at his screen. I showed him how to find other chargers, on his route. Yeah. And, the thing that sort of was interesting to me, and it's a plus and a minus. A lot of people like us, we know certainly a lot about electric cars. Of course, you way more than I do, but I've picked up a lot, I would say.
yeah.
Um, we go to Tesla to buy the car. Hello, sign the paper, off you go. Right? We
Yeah.
don't need any trading. And I know that Tesla had sent me some things. Oh, join like this virtual training, yada yada yada. But I think what's happening for people who just know nothing about these cars, even if they're watching a video about it, I think they really need a newbie, really need someone to help hold their hand. I know I would. If I didn't have you and this was like my first electric car, I know that I would probably still be a little bit nervous. But we've been in these for years. But this poor guy, like he's all excited. He's got this
This poor
Tesla.
guy. Yeah. You know what, Kath?
What? I
I
felt
don't
bad.
know.
Like
How hard is it to plug in a Tesla?
it's not hard.
You're all by yourself up there. Was he alone or was he with someone?
He was with his son.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So you think he genuinely did not know how to plug his
he
Tesla in?
genuinely did not understand or how to then unplug it. He didn't know how to find chargers
Interesting.
in the area. No, honey, he knew nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing except get in, drive.
Okay. So look, what you did is exactly what you should have done, and helping others. And it feels good
Always.
to do that, right? It's like, hey, let me show you how to do this and how to do that.
Listen, when I can teach someone something, it makes me feel a little bit
Well,
more like an expert.
what do you do for a living? You're a
Oh, I
teacher.
know, but I know what I do. I know what to teach. But this is like,
Yeah.
I somehow always seem to gravitate to you and Kyle. Oh, show me how to do this. Show me how to do that. But I think knowing what a newbie he was, I felt like, the encyclopedia of Tesla. I knew everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of you for doing that. That's great. So you went from Marco up to Tampa,
Yeah.
and when you got to Tampa, did you have enough charge to like get around and go to the bar hops? Bar hopping with Katie and
Yeah, because that's what Katie and I did. We went bar hopping.
I'm sure you did.
But we did.
I know you did.
Actually, I think we did.
I know you did.
Well, there was dinner involved. We did have dinner.
Yeah, well, sometimes they serve food at the bars too, but that's okay. I was over at Sunset Grill in Norwalk and having some steamers, and like I check out where you're at, and you're at like this bar and that bar. I'm like, what's going on here? Well, whatever. that's good. You should be doing that. Why not? So you had enough juice to like buzz around in Tampa, and then when it came time to come home, any problems?
Never. No. This is why I'm back in a Tesla. It's so easy and it's so seamless.
Yeah.
And I never worry. I know if one that I want to go to is filled, which none of them were, by the way, but if they were, I would either wait or like plan B, because I don't roll in out of spec style. I make sure I've got a good 20% buffer. Also, no, you know why I like the 20%?
That's fine. No, that's fine. It's fine. It's good.
I had boo boo.
Boo boo.
And I thought dog mode only works if you have 20% or.
That's true. But once you plug in, if you're less than 20%, my understanding.
Just wait.
No, I know, but my understanding is once you're plugged in, I can't remember, but everybody was correcting me saying, Dave, once you plug in, if let's say you're at 12% or 8% and you plug in, then dog mode works. I seem to recall that it didn't, even when you were plugged in. It definitely does not work. Both Sentry mode and dog mode and keep mode do not work if you're not plugged in and it's less than 20%. That I know for sure.
No, if you're plugged in, you can still sit there and get your air conditioning going. Like I just, if I was lower than 20, and I think at one point I might have been, I waited. I guess I just wanted to make sure. I got to 20% and then I left her in dog mode and I went about my day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure dog mode will work if you're at 15, you plug in and you want to go, to the Dairy Queen or whatever, or the hotel bathroom. It'll work. Dog mode will kick on as long as you're plugged in. But I just honestly, I was away from Tesla so many years, and going with CCS cars and all that. I forget. I should know that. So I'll test that tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the issue of range anxiety. You have no issues, and that's coming from a girl who does not like to pump her own gas. So the fact is that plugging your electric car in is easy, right? I mean, compared to pumping gas.
Yeah, well, it's not messy or sloppy, and it doesn't smell. So
right.
Yeah.
And you have no issues backing up the car and doing all that. No problem.
So good at backing up. I mean, come on, the cameras are great.
Yeah, they are. All right. So the other thing is, first of all, I want to thank everyone for using my referral code. We have gotten quite a few referrals from all of our viewers. And one of the things that we noticed was that and this is pretty funny, but I don't know if you watched that video with Bearded Tesla, Justin, who I was riding electric jet skis with him a couple weeks ago. And he was telling me about getting the acceleration boost. He was all excited to get it. And he didn't want to tell his wife about it because it was freaking $2,000, right? But we got it today, and it's 9,500 points or credits if you do refer someone. If you have a referral credit code and you refer one person with either a Model 3 or a Model Y, you get 10,000 points, which is enough to buy acceleration, boost, which is 9,500 points. And I thought, and I was talking to Kyle about this last night. He's like, grab that while you can, because that seems underpriced. Now, whether or not this is something I want to do, Justin on the Bearded Tesla guy, he did a really good job of like going into the details and the nitty gritty and the 0 to 60 without performance boost. And then, 5 different runs with it and all the specs. And he did it in his Model 3 long range. And I just said, hey, just tell us how it feels. And so, so what did you think about it? I asked you to just like get in the car, and floor it.
All right, so I got a little surprise in my car today. Dave called me last night and said I was getting an over-the-air upgrade, which I did. I just supercharging now, but I thought I'd take a look at the screen, and it appears that I indeed have this acceleration boost, which is pretty cool. So apparently I am going to be able to go half a second faster from 0 to 60, so right out of the gate. I drove it today just for a little while, and I think it definitely feels peppier, but definitely not a scientific test because I'm not on a racetrack. So I think it's a great upgrade. I do know that it costs $2,000 to do that, but thankfully we had enough referral credits. I think it was 9,500 points, so that Dave was generous enough and put them into my car, which of course is a brand new Model Y long range. And I really want to thank everybody who's giving OutofSpecDave those referral codes, because I just got a really nice present today. So I'm sure we'll have some fun with it. Dave will be in the car in another week or so, and I'm sure he'll be happy to test it out.
Right now, here, watch this. Check this out.
All right, I think it's time to try out the boost mode. Everybody, hold on. Oh, I'm boosted. Ah. Okay, it works. That was sort of fun, but to be honest, I don't drive that way normally, and I definitely would not have paid $2,000 for that experience. So I guess some people would, and good for you if you want to have that in your car. It's probably a fun little trick to have, but otherwise I honestly think my car has been fast enough, is fast enough, and I'm grateful I have it. It's probably something I'll use while trying to get on 95 in the morning when I go back and commute in Connecticut. I probably need it on the ramps up there because everybody drives crazy. But okay, super fun. That's my report on the acceleration boost.
You freaking floored it. I mean, your head went back. That was pretty crazy.
Listen, I do what I'm told. You told me to, and I because I'd watched the bearded Tesla guy.
Yeah.
I watched his very scientific way of doing his testing. That's not me. I'm not going to do that. I don't have a racetrack. So I just found a straightaway, and I stopped, and then I just floored. It was fast.
Yeah. So just anecdotally, did you feel a difference before, like, when you had just the regular, because the 0 to 60 times on the Tesla Model Y is 4.8 seconds. All right. And then when you do pay that $2,000 for the performance or acceleration boost, it knocks that's right. It knocks a half second. But forget about numbers. Tell us how you feel.
Well, honestly, I think the car is fast enough without the acceleration boost. I've never thought that car wasn't fast. And I think because I don't drive that way, I mean, I'm a fast driver once I get going, but I never floor it from a stop or a red light. So I did, and I think it's like an amazing party trick. I think that's sort of what it is. I think you might want to get it, and if you want to pay the $2,000 for it, I personally would not pay that much money for that little bit of a joyride. But I think it does what it says it does. I'm sure it took off a lot faster than if I hadn't done the same test.
Did you feel any difference, like when you're rolling at 30, 35, and then you bring it up to, let's say, 60 or 65?
I don't think I did. I mean, I don't think I went that fast today, though, because I just went up to Naples. I'm not really driving over probably 40 at that point. So I don't think I felt a difference in that way. But because you said, hey, test it out.
Well, look, I think people can put, I've got a device that shows you exactly how fast you go, with how long it takes down to the 100th of a second, 0 to 60, 0 quarter mile, whatever you want to do. And I'll probably do that. I'll bring that down with me because I'll be curious to see myself how the boost, how the performance boost.
Well, that's what I was thinking, and I might have said that in the little video clip I made, but I think this is something you're going to have a lot of fun playing around with.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure I would spend $2,000 more for it either, but I think there's a compelling argument to say, look, when you look at the price of the Model 3 or the Model Y performance, and you see how much more money it is over a long range, and then you start to really say, well, if it's only $3,000 or $4,000 more for a Model Y performance over a long range, and then you want to get the performance boost or the acceleration boost, and that's an additional $2,000. What you're getting for $2,000 by going for the performance Model Y, to me, is an incredibly good value, right? Because you're not only going in a Model Y, you're going to be under 4 seconds, 3.8 seconds, 0 to 60. In a Model 3, I think it brings it down from 3.8 to 3.2. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but it's a lot faster. The performance is even another half second or 0.6 of a second faster than a long range with the acceleration boost. And then what you get are those, the 20 or 21-inch wheels, depending on which car you get. You get the carbon foil. Is that what they call it? Carbon foil? Why am I having a senior moment here? You get the spoiler, right, on the back, which I think looks really good, especially on a white car, whether it's a 3 or a Y. You get the performance pedals, and you get a lowered suspension on a Model 3. You get performance brakes. So it's a lot of value. But if you've got a long range, you're going to have longer range, and you're going to have a better ride, right? Because you'll have a little cushier suspension, and you'll also have a little bit smaller wheels. Like in our car, you got the Geminis, the 19s, and it really, that in conjunction with the 2023 Model Y having a softer suspension, even though, remember when we drove the performance out on Long Island? Like, I didn't think it was that rough riding. Did you?
No, I actually didn't. It rode nicer than I anticipated.
Yeah, me too. So look, if you're thinking about buying, a long range and doing the acceleration boost, just do the cost benefit difference between, getting a performance Y. I think I would probably go for the performance Y with everything you get. Me personally, I think for you, it's fine having, the long range and,
well, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it's you lose a little bit of mileage with the performance. I think it's low 3s versus 330 miles of range. But well, listen, Kathy, I'm happy that you're doing well with your car, and the most important thing is you're just not thinking about it, right? It's you have really no anxiety that I can detect.
No, why would I have any?
I don't know.
It's a great car. It's got a great charging network. It's pretty. Rides great. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping it for 3 years.
Well, it's more like 2 years, 11 months because just saying, no, listen, I've been driving my Model 3 every day, back and forth to work, and I took it out to see Poppy this weekend. How cool was that video with Poppy?
Thank you for doing that. That was, I was so touched. Gosh, Dave, that was amazing.
Yeah. Listen, for he's, this is anyone who's born from 1900 to 1925, that's the greatest generation.
No
doubt. If you don't know what that means, you got to watch this video. Now, I'm not saying everybody is the same way, but there's just an inherent integrity and pride. Everything that happens with him. But Kathy, what was amazing is, sometimes when we go out to visit him in that facility, I mean, the place, let's just be honest, these places, they're just not pleasant, right? I think they love him there, by the way.
Because he's so sweet.
He doesn't complain, and there's some characters walking around or wheeling themselves around in that floor. It's like, holy smokes, it's like, I don't know, but he's just a calm, he's just a cool dude, right?
But so how he's always been, right? He's very calm.
Yeah, but sometimes when we go see him, he's just like, he's happy we're there, but he is just sort of, you could tell he's kind of out of it, right? And you feel it, and like we'll bring him a coffee and he'll be happy, and then he'll get a little bit tired. But what happened, and I didn't even tell you this, but when I started setting up the cameras, his eyes were like, what is this? Pop? And then I said, hey, Poppy, you okay if I film you? And like, Kathy, I'm telling you something, he like came alive. And when you think about the things he was remembering, and
I know.
like the length of the boat that he was on, the fact I never knew it was a barge he was on. He went up to Sampson, New York, right, on Seneca Lake, then up to Lake Michigan, and then out to, San Francisco. I mean, I guess I've heard these stories, but
not even, listen, even all the years I've heard a little bit about the Navy and World War II, not that amount of detail in his descriptions.
And like when he was telling about the typhoon story, and he was talking about the boatswain and the bits, I don't know, like to me that was gibberish. And I said, you know what? Let me Google that. Like I had no idea what he was saying. So I looked up boatswain. I spelled it totally wrong. And then Wikipedia came back, boatswain, first class, second class, third class. There it was. And I was like,
so it wasn't gibberish. Those were real.
No, it was like, and he pronounced it properly. I had no idea what it was. And then when he said the bits, I'm thinking he grabbed onto the bits. Like, what's the bits? Well, those are those things that, in those big ships, you tie the ropes around when you're docking your boat. And the fact that he remembered those the terminology. When was the last time he said that terminology? 50 years?
Maybe. I don't ever remember him talking in that detail about
and then, what also, it kind of broke my heart a little bit about he was unable to chase his dream to be an architect, right?
Well,
and that was touching to me, because here's a guy that was just not offered the opportunity to do it. He had to take care of his mom, right? And your grandma, and
she was blind.
She was blind, and here he is working at Jones Beach. He's coming home, and then the classes that he was told to go to, they started at 6:30 in New York City. How could he do it? Right? And so, and I always think about, I've always had a desk job, Wall Street guy, and here's a guy that got up every morning, 3 a.m. and he went into some tough neighborhoods in Brooklyn. He didn't get into that. But you've heard the stories, and we don't need to go down there. But, like, it wasn't safe in a lot of the neighborhoods, but the people liked him. The neighborhoods knew who he was. He would come in every day with the fresh cakes or the fresh breads, and he was liked. And he was liked because he treated people fairly. Anyway, if you haven't get a chance, I'll put a link in the description to that video. Poppy turned 98 years old. He was born
July 13th, 1925.
July 13th, 1925. So last Thursday was his birthday. And, it just was a special experience for me. I spent a lot of hours really, I said, I already done the video. And then you're like, wait, I have all these extra pictures. And you started sending me pictures. And I just slowed it down. And I really took my time to tell that story, because I felt like it's going to be immortalized, right? That's him. Yeah. And what was so good was, as old as he is and as tough as situation as he's in, man, was he on it? He was just on it. So anyway, good man. I'm proud of him, Kath. He really did great. And I'm proud of you as well. So listen, we'll wrap this up. Any last thoughts about your Tesla? You're not thinking about like trading it in or anything, are you?
Don't even start. I actually have a question, but I think it requires you to fly down here to help me. Something odd is that when I get in the car, it doesn't recognize me. It still says Dave Connor, and it goes right to your setting, like your easy entry setting. Yeah. Every time I'm there, so I have to hit Kathy, and then it goes to mine, but it shouldn't do that. And I
Yeah,
went
no,
down, actually
I set it up that way on
to
purpose.
annoy me, so I wouldn't forget you while I'm down here by myself. So
No, because
oh, it's not,
when you took
oh, I
delivery,
know him.
whose car did it say was the car when we
Well,
took
that's what
delivery?
I'm afraid of. I think that somehow messed this all up. But I went down the other day too with my key, and I was going to try to reset my key
Did you
fob.
say a Kia? Did you get an EV6?
All right,
Wait.
let's wrap this up. We're done.
All right. I am aware of this. I don't think it requires me to come down to fix it. However, I will come down the week after next to see Bailey and you.
It's all about Bailey.
And
It's all about Bailey for me too.
yeah, and then yeah, no, we'll have to figure that out. We may have to consult Kyle on this one.
I
And
actually spoke to him, and he told me to go sit in the car, use my key fob, but I don't want to call him again because he's so busy. It didn't work for me. I was able to.
what's he busy doing? He's doing
I
a
was-
race to Vegas. He's like, you know, he's not that busy. He's flying off to Milan. Who knows, right? Who cares? Call him. You're his mom. You need help, right?
He tried to help me. I'm not going to bug him again. I'll wait
Are
till.
you saying he was unable to?
No, he told me what to do, but when I was on the phone with him, I wasn't in my car.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay, got it.
do it.
All right. Well, Kathy, like I said before, awesome update. I miss you. I love you. I think that this is great that you're not worried about your car. You know, now all you got to do is just go sit on the beach, go out and have some margaritas, and
Ooh, margaritas.
you know,
That's it.
and just you know.
No, it's all good. Honestly, I'm so happy I have the Y down here. You know, I wouldn't be having the same experience if I didn't have a Tesla with me. So,
Yeah.
really, really appreciative of that. And also for your viewers who have been using your referral code, because you know, look, now I've got this boost acceleration that I experienced today, but I really think you're going to have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, no, I'm excited, and I do appreciate that as well. So, all right, listen, everyone, thank you again for watching another episode of OutofSpecDave. Now we all know what the heck Kathy's doing down there in Florida by herself. She's going up to Tampa. She's going out
Apparently,
with
I'm
Katie. What's that? I didn't. What did you say?
I said apparently I'm bar hopping.
Well, not apparently. I mean,
I am not bar hopping.
you're not. What restaurant hopping? And the restaurants have bars.
They're totally different.
Okay, fine. Whatever. All right. Well, listen, anyway, thanks again for watching another episode of OutofSpecDave. I want to see Bailey one more time. Where is she?
Oh, she went all the way over there.
All right. Bye, everyone. Take care.